Hello everyone, and welcome to Short Rest for Coven of Chaos Episode 2. I was mentioning this a little off camera is that we saw Artisan's Alley, and we didn't really have a full-time explore it, but I made 12 different shops that could have been explored, all with different names. There was the story time stage that we all kind of saw the event for that. The Dragon's Petting Zoo and rides was a thing. And I made all these little things. So there could have been events that you guys could have experienced in all of them. Also, the players explored a Ren Fair. That's the summary of today's game, as well as
we were highly confused.
Walsh too. You guys made the test of strength. What is that the name of the game? It's like just test of strength.
I think so.
I don't think it has any other name than that.
Made that become alive. So that's alive currently in the forest somewhere. That's a thought now I have to process. Let's see, we have...
I seen the glimmer on Crash's eyes when I said, maybe it's petrified.
Yeah.
And to be honest, I'm reading Dungeon Crawler Carl, and slight spoiler if you are reading it, but there are like a paper 2D monster in that I just ran into, and when you said that, my brain just went, oh.
So Artisan's Alley. The blacksmith was the Fellowship Medal. Hats was going to be called Top of the Morning. Ethereal Jewelry was the jewelers. Wenches and Trenches was the sidebar. See, any other interesting... You guys could have stopped at the potions and tea and incense shop, because there is always a tea and incense shop at a Ren Fair. That was going to be called the Soul Garden.
There is. I bought tea from it the last time.
I was literally drinking tea from yesterday from it while we were playing.
I have a little glass canister. But they were more like a tea cart, but that's okay.
And then there was a coffee shop called Coffee Concoctions. All of them had little characters who, if you wanted to, like, I want to learn about the shop owner, I could have given you like a description of something broken down on that. You guys could have went to the tournament field, in which there would be a full jousting tournament happening. You guys could experience that too. This was one of those things where I'm like, I don't know where you're going, so I might as well just build everything. That's actually where the king and queen was, is that they're being seen going towards the tournament field. Because isn't that that's a thing? I haven't been to too many Ren Fairs, maybe 4 in my life.
More than that, because we went to like 3 in 1 year.
Yeah.
And then you went to a couple.
No, I went to one in my entire life before we started to go a lot. So 4 in total, I think, is fairly fair. But I do know that like there's a little stage where the king and queen sit and they're like, they watch the jousting. The green knight, the blue knight, the whole thing.
The only reason we didn't stay in that area is because they kept like lighting the cannons, and then like it would freak the little monk out a little bit. Like he's normally good with loud noises, but he was like, "What the hell is that?"
At the eatery, there could have been a scene of a woman tearing off her fairy wings because she couldn't sit right on the stone steps.
It's real.
So good.
It's so real. I've been there.
But yeah, anyone's ever been to a Ren Fair? That's where it's at. Yep. There's also the ATM and the latrine space, but I didn't have a scene for the bathrooms.
So,
Only that's where the people smoke.
As somebody who's worked Ren Fair in several of them and has done it for years and years and years, I just want to say you hit the nail on the head, which is why I laughed the entire episode.
The last time we went, I had bought one of those. I still have it. The giant fans. And we were in line for the turkey leg, and I was like this for the poor girl because she was like, thank God. She's like, I'm dying in this getup.
We went on the hottest day, too.
Yeah. And it wasn't supposed to be hot. It was May. And for whatever reason, they were like, heat wave.
Or something. Few things that we learned in this last session was the Lazios were not at the Ren Fair. So
Telling you, they made Olive Garden.
I mean, you wouldn't find an Olive Garden in the Ren Fair too, to be fair. But they're not here in the Ren Fair, but Owlbear Ridge has been transformed into Big Bear.
Or somewhere.
Or somewhere, maybe.
Yeah.
I want
know that's
Nona
where
to
Her
drive.
mind was at. Also, we learned a little bit about Nona regardless, just sort of being like, I'm easily offended, which made me laugh.
Yeah, it's interesting to try to, like, what would she do? So once we, like, okay, it's been some amount of time, we've been forgotten. Like, and her view of the town before the mayor wrecked stuff was like ungrateful grandchildren.
Yeah.
They should respect her. They should listen to her. And so the idea of, like, she's been forgotten for however, like, what is 2000? I don't know. But some amount of time. So that's bothering her. And she's like,
wow.
I'm trying to come up, like, what is her motivation? What would she want to do? And it's, you know, who's in charge? Who can tell the official story? Who's the equivalent of the mayor that we can boss around and make this be how we want it to be?
Is your new mayor a fiend too?
Yeah, I think it's I don't know the exact Terry Pratchett line, but I think it is even about one of the witches where he talks about, like, they see everything as a hierarchy and their natural place is to be at the top of it.
Mm-hmm.
That's how Nona sees everything. Is like, well, obviously I would know best, and it's the natural way of things. And so I should tell them the real story, and then they should celebrate that, and, you know, and make better food and all the other stuff.
The most immature moment is teleporting behind the MC and pushing him.
You know, I was close to, like, she's close to doing something extremely violent in view of a bunch of people to get, you know, if we need to do that to get people believing it's real, you know, I think Nona would be willing to do that, but it wasn't time for that yet.
That's valid.
Yeah.
And then we learned the result of countless years of waiting is I thought about this idea as, like, what happens to a familiar who is technically a magic thing, who has not been dispelled. Their owner has been asleep, so not really not dead, so it wouldn't be dispelled. So familiar just hangs out for countless years. And that means that the tether between Mora and Walsh has become withered away, essentially.
He's an ungrateful brat.
He's lived countless lives. He's in a relationship right now. We found out that there's some talks, but he's in a relationship. He's gotten he's engorged himself somewhat because he's got gold coins that even in modern time, I mean, you've got a handful of gold. That'll set you up pretty well for a while.
The relationship thing bothered Mora, like, oh god, the pet has a pet. We gotta fix that. And then...
Can't
And
have
then
him
the
have
whole
independence.
insult, I was like, okay, no, we're gonna put him in the ground permanently, and I'm gonna get a new pet. Maybe a squishy dragon. I don't know.
There is something interesting that Walsh said. In a bit, a little once juice. There is an interesting concept that he let it slip that he couldn't leave.
Yeah.
So maybe that. Again, it's a weak tether, but maybe the tether nonetheless kept him here.
I was thinking, like, if the ground is consecrated or something, because you know how, like, in, like, lore in real life is, like, the undead cannot step on consecrated land. So, But we'll see.
But he's made a little HQ out of a treehouse.
Yeah, when I'm thinking treehouse, I'm thinking, like, you know, a couple plywood things stick together. Like, an actual house?
Actual house.
Okay. Because I was like, Mora thinks this man is an idiot. Like, he just built a treehouse with all this gold.
I mean, it is an interesting puzzle to think of. It's like, if you had a bunch of gold but could not leave the woods in the mountains near but not that near Los Angeles for X amount of, centuries, what could you do? Right? And it's like, I think in 2025, it would be a lot easier than it was in all of the years leading up to, like, 1997.
Uh-huh.
And then somehow he got a cell phone, and there is the internet. and I think he can start to do stuff. But
Yeah,
it's
now
a little
he's-
challenging.
Now
Yeah.
he's like, I now have money to spend. He's like, there's these great places where I could transfer these gold coins into dollars. And now and he doesn't eat. Like, he doesn't have to, but he does.
He just hangs out there all year long when it's not the Renaissance Festival.
He can't go anywhere else. He's
Yeah.
stuck here.
Interesting.
He's
I have a
seen.
feeling
Go for it.
he's turned into an Uber geek because he can't leave that far. So all he does is like game and watch TV and movies and read comic books and like absorb early 2000s
He just
culture.
absorbs this media because that's all he can really do. He can't go out.
He's really caught up in the what's going to happen with the election, because we're post Bush v. Gore, but we're pre Supreme Court decision. I looked it up to see what kind of history we could change without
Oh,
making
Lord.
any references to anything that may happen in 2001. Keeping it in 2000, Bush v. Gore decision is going to come down in a couple of weeks, and then Gore's going to concede, and then history will take a turn after that.
Oh,
Boy,
history
will
Maybe
it
we
take
can,
a-
carve out a little witch's kingdom over here and do things different.
I mean, there is an amendment in Texas. We just have to.
Make our own government. Talk to
But
the
hell,
king.
Albert Ridge was located in California. Who knew? But I think that's going to be it for today's short rest. Thank you so much for joining us. And next series of videos, or the next video is going to be for Vintier. And then we'll jump right back into Coven of Chaos. Bye.